Today I'm replacing this old leaky hose bib with the Aquor house hydrant V2 Plus outdoor faucet on a brick wall. Let's jump right in. Before we can install this, I need to shut the water off to the home, and I also need to drain this hose bib itself. Main water shutoff. Shutoff's getting a little old. That'd be another video. Now it's been about a year since I've done this measurement. Hopefully I'm not off by too much. It's almost the same length, but I am going to have to make some adjustments inside. That's not the part I'm worried about. The hardest part of this job is going to be drilling out this template, this mounting template. So I'm going to cut out this template, get it level with the brick. Got my corded hammer drill, and I got my 1.5 inch hole saw blade. Spray it down with a little water. It's not really going to work because there's no pilot. That pilot hole lined up. Gotta be patient. Oh, I don't know if this bit's gonna be long enough. It's gonna be close. Home Depot is about a 30-minute round trip for me. I do not want to make a trip to Home Depot. Hopefully I can chisel the rest of this out. If not, I'll have to go get a masonry chisel, and I also got these masonry bits that are a little longer. Let's see if I can just chisel this rest of this out. Right, looks like I got most of it. Just got to drill. Looks like the rest is wood back there, but I'm not reaching that. So I've got it to where it hits the plywood. That's gonna be easy to drill through. I need to start my second hole, and I only need to go the length of this bottom piece, hopefully. And hopefully I don't have to, if I gotta chisel more out, then that's what it is. But let's see where we are on our template. It's just so hard to do this without a pilot. That should be, yeah, that's plenty for that bottom. It's gonna get through that wood. This should be long enough. It's not. I'm gonna have to make a trip down to the crawl space. Let's see if that's enough to where we can get the hydrant inserted. All right, we're getting hung up, I think right here on the bottom. Okay, she's nice and flat. Now that we got it flush, I want to get all the crap out of here that I can. Holes marked. And I will be securing this with concrete screws. Mark my depth. Just want to get close, close-ish. Now I want to put some silicone on the back side. Just need to clean up out here, and the rest of the work's going to be down in the crawl space. Let's go do some plumbing. I'm not screwing this in permanently. I just want to see about how much pipe I'm going to need. I need to join this 1/2-inch copper to this male threading, deburring the pipe, sanding it down. I want this nice and clean, get it all ready for soldering. Also cleaning the inside of this male fitting. I'm going to apply flux to the copper because it's another cleaning agent that really helps and is pretty much necessary when it comes to soldering. Join the two together and just spread the flux out a little bit. I don't want any chunks. And next I'm just going to heat up the pipe. Once the flux starts dripping, I can put my solder on and it should stick. And the heat from the MAP gas will actually wrap the solder around. Pretty sure I got all of it right here, but I don't solder a lot and I'm definitely not great or good at it. So I'm going to go up the fitting just to make sure that I pull in all that solder for a nice joint. Then I'm going to apply some Teflon tape. I really don't like this Teflon tape. It's kind of cheap, but it does work. There's definitely better stuff out there on the market. And I'm also going to follow up with some Teflon paste on top of the tape because I want to make sure that this threaded plumbing connection is not going to leak. I will not be doing any more soldering, and that's just because I'm using what I have on hand. I was planning on soldering everything in, but unfortunately I don't want to make a trip to Home Depot, and I have the parts on hand to make this work. That, and I don't want to get another shut off, which would be needed for me to solder this on. I mean, I'm sure there's those that are skilled enough that could do it, but that is not I. I've got the inserts out already. Let's see, is this enough for the depth? Should have just removed this all the way to begin with. The struggle is real. Okay, we're at the line. Go ahead and turn the main water back on and check for leaks. Now I will need to reclamp this 3/4 inch main pipe, but let's go outside and check out the hose bib. So it's important to read instructions whenever you install stuff. Unlike me, this wedge was supposed to be behind here, but that's okay. It hasn't been too long. Silicone's not too hard to get off. Made it way easier if I would have known that. But there we go. Now we can test it out. Now when plugging up the hose to the valve, you want to make sure that this is shut unless you want the water to come out, because the hose is immediately going to fill with water. You just line this up and then twist to the right, and then it locks in place and your whole hose is filled up with water. Thank you so much for watching this install video. My name's Dave. See you on the next one.